Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
All right, working on my my new soundboard of 32 different musical beds that will be enhancing the show and trying to tweak at the same time. When last we did this, we actually are making some musical changes to the show.
Right,
and,
freshening it up.
Now, you might be familiar with our very ancient little news you may not need segment that goes like this.
Right.
From around the globe.
Oh, one of my favorites, a staple.
Your neighbor's window.
Classic.
The Mike O'Mara Show now presents
Don't be difficult.
May not be.
Staple.
A comprehensive look at the
Don't
stories
be
you may
difficult.
or may not be
I'm not
talking
being
about during your day.
You know what? That's the exact same Oscar that says, why don't we put the mailbag to the way it used to be?
You know what's distracting me, Mike?
What?
That you're talking into the little picture box on the video that is the studio here. If you shifted your camera over or even scooted over a little bit to your right, you'd be golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar wants a little lead room in your shot.
Yes, because when you talk into the mic, it's like you're talking into us.
Or into my head.
Ah, there we go. Almost. There we go. Ah.
Very nearly.
Oh, yay. Big win. Take it all. Ah.
Yeah.
What, is this what you're talking about?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
But now I like to get back to the segment that this is fun because what Mike has done is he's made his beds and now he's going to lie in them.
What, you don't want me to change
No,
the music?
I love music beds. Are you kidding me?
Well, you have an oldie but goodie. This is when
Oscar's
anybody
the
says
one
anything.
who's difficult.
Like, for example, you would say, this is what I call a stinger, which would indicate something shocking to all of us. Like,
Right.
for example, Pony got married over the weekend.
Ah, yeah.
That's an oldie but goodie. I've had that one forever. It's
Yes.
tough to argue with that one, Rob. If you have any others,
That's my
Rob and I have been
favorite.
communicating back and forth. There's
And
really
I'll
it's
tell you
tough
why,
to
I
beat
chased that one for a long time. That is actually from an old British production package. That, of
Well,
course,
since you mentioned British,
Yes.
that's the British music.
you'll
that we have.
recognize it from the Spanish Inquisition from Monty Python. And it
Yes.
took me forever to find a clean cap. Pony didn't really get married, did he?
No, he did not get
aware
married.
of.
No,
Thank
absolutely
Christ.
not. But of course, Scotland was breaking away from England, so we had to have the Scottish music
Yes,
as well. So
didn't
we
work
had that.
out for
That's
them.
so we're at the top three. Don't want to leave out the Jews.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not. So that is our. If you're keeping track of our soundboard, we like to go over this every periodically.
And
It's
Mike,
really
thank
nice.
you for not leaving out the Jews.
Now, and the Italians, not only one particular sound, but they've got two. They have the traditional stereotypical, like, hey, look at that, it's Bobby Gugazza. There you go. Bobby Gugazza coming into the thing. He's a good boy. He's going to have a good time. And that type of thing. I think we used that yesterday.
That is called a tarantella.
We used that yesterday
Yes.
for George Clooney's wedding. It could not have come in more handy. And then there is the Snooky Polisi. Nicole Snooky Polisi, who just had a baby. And that would be the different kind of Italian music that we use for that.
Hey, is that actually her baby
That needs to be turned
singing?
up a little bit. There we go.
Is that her baby singing?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's the newborn baby of Nicole Snooky Polisi. How you doing, little guy? Why don't you sing something for us? Go.
Most kids cry. This
That
one
was
sings
Showbiz,
scat.
babe.
By the way, that was an earworm, to the late, great Louis Prima.
Oh.
That was an earworm for me all weekend long. And then, you know what I had today for an earworm? I had
What's
a
that?
church I had a church earworm. We'll talk about that later in the
You
show.
know, you're really lucky that Carla's not there because if you went around the house singing Buenos Aires, she'd kill you.
Buonasera, senorina. Buonasera. When are you ever going to come back to me? Anyway, that's it. Then, of course, there's Africa. Yes, we've got that.
Yeah.
There's the Middle East. Yes, we play that a lot. There's my people, the Irish. Yes, we have the Irish. There's Oscar's music, which is the melancholy pan flute from the Andes Mountains, which we all
Motherland.
like. We wouldn't be doing a show if it wasn't Mike O'Mara's Florida, so we have that down here. Hi, good morning, Mrs. Johnson. How are you? That's a lovely Jack Russell Terrier you're taking for a walk today. How are you? Yeah, the pounds look like they're melting off, Hal. That's great. Keep up the walking. Terrific. We'll see you later on at the pool. Terrific. Hey, you going to the 4:30 special at the Raw Bar? Attaboy. Anyway, then of course, as we move right along, we discuss sex on this show a lot. And if there's ever a sexy person like Tony Perkins who comes into the studio, we throw that out there.
That's the way Rob feels every time he walks in the studio.
That's right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a little warm in here, Tony. You might want to do a button.
Now, Rob, I was very surprised when we were going through the ethnic beds. We kept the old one, which is the old
Very excellent.
Asian bed. Tough to really skip that one, but I would say to you, you certainly have a proclivity for that type of the country, that region of the country.
That is China exclusively, yes? That doesn't really work for Japan. That's
sure,
variations
it
on
works
my
for
Chinatown.
Japan, you know.
Let me see what I can do if I can find you China and maybe Korea.
Well, we used to have this one for Japan, which is...
Solid.
I don't know. I frankly don't think
pretty
we can
damn
improve
solid.
on our Asian music.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
You know, after all these years, Mike, NBC is still using a peacock. I think certain things transcend time.
I think you're absolutely right about that.
So do you
have
need those resend?
No, you know, as a matter of fact, Japan, you might want to, might have to keep that. Thank you.
It's the man who broke a dragon's heart.
We are also keeping our Russian music bed.
Classic.
Because it is a classic, and we're very happy about that. And now to sing, here's Rob's mom.
You know,
Thank you
she
very
really
much.
has. It's really a thing about perfect pitch with her.
Right. The Greek music is, you know, I don't know why we have the Greek music in here, but it's here,
Well,
just in case.
just in
I think
case
the
of
last
ship-
time we used this was the Costa Concordia, right?
This is the shipwreck bed.
The shipwreck bed. There it is. Now, we do have some new German music. This is for anything Germany that we have. Will be the mountains of Germany, raising the beer steins. You know,
This
if you
is
want marbles.
This is more northern Germany, Switzerland. Like,
And would anyone like to? Rob will give you the background on this particular music bed, which adds a little bit of sizzle to it, in my humble opinion.
This is an old song called "On the Francis Mountains," and if you get to the vocal, this is the actual yodeling song used for the game Cliffhangers on The Price is Right. You know when the man climbs the mountain?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we have
So
to
this
get to
actually, if we go a little longer with it, has a vocal.
Oh yeah, I think we're very close. As a matter
Bob
of fact,
Barker's there.
Well, I can sense a talk up anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, the vocal on WYRE. No, it's another post. It's a long little intro to this.
8
but
posts on this thing.
Because you remember how Cliffhangers works, Mike. You have to guess the actual price
And the guy goes up.
for every dollar you miss. There you go.
Yeah.
I might have to edit that one. Might be doing some editing on that one today. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Is there any game on The Price is Right that you root for loss more because you want to see that man
Cliffhangers.
fall off the cliff?
Absolutely. And then there's the tra-la-la guy. There he is.
Edward
just
Keel.
Always
Thank
a good
you.
time.
Now, one that I'm very, with all this talk about the name of our football team in the nation's capital, I felt it was essential to have a tribute to our Native Americans. So anytime that discussion comes up, we will be, that's going to be in the news. So I figured I'd grab something, brand new. Hope you enjoy that.
Now, did you buy that or did you go and gather that live?
I went to an actual reservation and recorded
Excellent.
it myself.
Good.
Hey, French people! Yes, of course, we have not forgotten you.
Yes.
the Champs-Élysées, the Eiffel Tower. Yes. How about the nice croissant? And, of course, there is our music bed for CAT 2014.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming up November 15th. We're selling tickets, people, but we're not selling enough tickets, so we want to sell more tickets. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors to get out there and buy tickets, 800-648-5010. Thank you. There we are. Thank you very much. We'll talk more about CAT later on. Now, the biggest change of the day, and the entire purpose for me doing this opening of the show today is that we are going away from the old-timey news, which was this, of course.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window.
I remember we made that.
We have a brand new news bed, and this has 3 particular elements. And so every time it's time for news you may not need, you, ladies and gentlemen, will hear this.
News.
Boo.
Let me see if I can do that a little bit better. Here we go.
News.
News.
You know, they're almost in the same key.
Hold on. There you go.
The old Stinger and the high-tech Stinger are almost in the
I
same
actually
key.
love that.
Are you going to continue to use your swoosh, or will that
Oh, yeah.
element?
Yeah, I'm gonna use-
Where
I'm gonna
that
use the
element
swoosh.
celebrated? Because I know that no one would ever get sick of hearing that third element between every story.
Oh, you mean like that's our first story. Now for our second one.
Exactly.
Just getting the levels right on
10-10
this here.
wins.
Exactly. News you
All right,
can
ladies,
count
the
on.
clock on the wall says it's time for news you may not need.
News.
Boo. Why is the boo in there? I love it.
Rhymes with news.
Boo. Boo.
There you go. So,
And
but
Oscar,
it was
the actual
good.
answer, I've been working hand over fist for years to get that boo into the fabric of the show.
News.
Every time I news.
News.
Hey, I'm really sorry, guys, but it seems that we have to start the show now. So, Oscar, what do you have to say to that?
Boo.
There we go.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Since when do we lock this thing? Come on.
No, we can't go, dude. Sorry.
Holy crap. What happened?
You got pink eye?
Were you giving each other butterfly kisses or something?
Ha ha ha. Very funny. That's not how you get pink eye. You get it from poo particles making their way into your ocular cavities.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
How's it going? I farted on Jason's pillow as a practical joke. He farted on Jonah's thinking it was mine, and then eventually pink-eyed my pillow. Not proud of any of this, but I think we've all forgiven each other, but we can't go anywhere.
You can get pink eye from farting in a pillow?
Totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but you gotta be bare-assed.
Jesus, Martin got it bad. Would someone take a right in your eye?
No. No pink eye for me. I'm just really... Hi.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from the Caddy Piper Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Hello from Mount Pleasant, Iowa, number 80, tight end Henry Krager Coble.
Henry Krager Coble. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Qua.
Because they get it. Our show today is brought to you by the Charity Hockey Classic. Hello, I'm Ned Ulock. I'm here to tell you about the Charity Hockey Classic. It's back, the 6th annual Charity Hockey Classic, Saturday, October 25th at the Kettler Capitals Iceplex in Arlington, Virginia.
Beautiful.
The doors open at 11:30 a.m. It is a great afternoon of hockey that benefits an important cause, the Children's National Health Care System. Children's National improves the health of children all around the world, and here's the best part of all, they never, ever, ever turn away a patient whether they can pay or not. So come have a blast while making a difference. If you like hockey, you can hang with the Caps' official mascot, Slapshot. Go and poke him right in the snout.
Yeah,
Go ahead and poke him right in his beak.
I have my picture with him. He's a great guy, or gal.
Yeah, we don't know unless you rip his head off. The Red Rockers are going to be there. Also, members of the Mike O'Mara Show and the More Network, plus a few surprises. And aren't surprises the nicest things to happen?
Of
Be
course.
like Ned Ulock. Go to the Charity Hockey Classic. A great afternoon, and kids are admitted free. All the details you need are at charityhockeyclassic.com. That's charityhockeyclassic.com. We'll see you there. Should be a wonderful afternoon, and we are happy to do it with our good friend Chris Yoko, who's out
guy.
there and is a big part of that, and it's a very important deal for him. So get out there. That's your deal.
Yeah, it's
Make that your deal, Wade. Get out there. Thank you.
Great cause, too. You'll feel good helping people out. It's good stuff.
Oscar, that is a good cause, isn't it? Hey, there's no need for that.
Hey.
It's my arch nemesis.
Yeah, let's get
I was
started.
just playing with my soundboard. Sorry about that. I can't help myself.
Oscar.
Yes.
Happy to be back, fellas.
Yeah, welcome back. You look good.
And
Rob,
living
one
color.
last note on the soundboard. We're going to need something more funereal for Pony, because Pony's music. You gave me a traditional funeral dirge, and it just doesn't have enough sizzle. So it's got to be more.
So more of a rock and roll funeral.
more of just downer music. That's downer music.
That's great.
Okay, all right, I can do this.
Not like this.
No.
That's not Pony music.
No, that's
the opposite of Pony music. Yeah.
Isn't that for Mac?
Oscar is back from Los Angeles, California, on the podcast fest that was going on out there. Oscar, did you have a good time?
Yeah, gentlemen. I got home in one piece. Thank God I didn't go through O'Hare National Airport or whatever they call it.
Throw the book at that guy, by the way. Throw the book at that son of a bitch that was disgruntled because they were. The thing I read is they were going to. The reason that guy went off, did you read why you know why he went off?
Why?
They were going to transfer him. You know where they were going to transfer him to?
Where?
Hawaii. What? I S you not. That's what I read. Now, it could be internet BS, but that's what I read, that the guy was going to be transferred to Hawaii, and that's why he was having a complete and total meltdown.
Hate and despise disgruntled employees. I wish more people were gruntled, Mike. I wish people were happy.
There are two.
We were dicks when we were fired, but we didn't go, back in there and scream at everybody.
No.
Well, I
chop
tried.
heads off and crap like that.
I tried to start a fire, but they had changed the key code.
There were two flights back to D.C. and Baltimore. And the gates were next to each other, and they're about 30 minutes apart, right? So I get to the airport at around 10 a.m., get 2 hours of security, get through that, and then I look at the big board, and I say, oh, well, Baltimore's on time because I'm doing a direct flight this time. If I hadn't done direct and I wanted to come into D.C., it would have been through Chicago.
Okay.
And I said, what's wrong with Chicago? It just is delayed. And then an hour went by, still delayed.
Yeah.
And then I finally went online, and I was like, oh, thank God I didn't go through Chicago.
The worst fire
Over
since 1908.
$100 million, I believe.
Yep.
They were talking about in
What a
losses.
disaster.
They were in the hundreds of millions
That's
of
tragic.
dollars. That's what they were talking about. This one guy, and the way I understand this, and Pony might know more about this, the guy just torched a crucial computer rack in the command center, and that did them in. That's what they're having to rebuild. Pretty astonishing.
Well, it's
Really
lucky
pretty
for the people
astonishing
that the one silver lining, Mike, is that O'Hare is such a beautiful airport. It's a great place to hang out.
Exactly, no better place. When I see what's the code for O'Hare? Is it ORD or something like that?
That sounds about right. Yeah,
it's ORD or something, some nasty
yeah.
little wordplay. But I avoid Chicago because it's just it's
a
too
crapshoot.
busy a hub. It's you never know, and especially with the winter, you never know when they're going to get weather in there. So so you got a nice little direct back from La La Land.
Got direct,
huh?
took forever. Got direct, though. Had internet on the plane, got to do some work.
What airline did you fly? What carrier?
Southwest. That's what I fly, baby.
Well, that's his favorite. He loves standing in lines.
Oh, no. It's fine.
Do they have the numbers where you stand on the
I
numbers?
check in. I set an alarm. I check in. I get AA something usually.
Sure.
So now I get a nice window.
You get something from Alcoholics Anonymous?
No. It's A, B, or C. If you're on the A list, you could probably you board first, so you could probably get a window seat if you're lucky.
Do you have points now? I mean, I would think you've got miles on Southwest where you can fly for free.
Yeah, but it's like your credit card. They never really do anything for you unless
they
what I
never
mean?
really do.
So I
anything
try
for
to
you.
look at my points to fly out to L.A. and I had all these blackout dates, and I was like, well, I guess I got to pay for this.
We ought to
It's not
get
really gonna work out.
Southwest Airlines as a sponsor for the Mike O'Mara show because Southwest Airlines is Oscar's favorite.
My go-to.
Well, because he loves driving to BWI.
$211 to see you in Fort Myers. You can't beat that.
You cannot be.
No.
Is that what you're? Is that what you're paying to come
That's
down
what
for
my
the christening?
flight cost. Yeah,
but
ask what Rob's cost.
Yeah, mine cost $16,000.
It was like $450 bucks.
And it's business class.
Are you coming down direct? Are you a nonstop flight?
Direct, baby.
Rob, are you connecting?
Right now I'm falling apart. No, it is.
Yeah,
it is a nonstop.
he's connecting. You're connecting.
No, I don't think so.
No, through Charlotte, I thought.
No, I don't think so. Is that it? Maybe I am. Maybe I'll be weekending in Charlotte. I don't know. There's so many things.
You don't care.
I looked at
Did you
Rob's
make the
itinerary.
arrangements yourself? Did you make the arrangements yourself?
I did, and here's what I need to know. On Saturday, I get to the airport by 11, and
Rob
I
is
arrive
so
at your
into
place at
coming
6.
down to Florida. Rob is so into coming down to Florida. He's getting in at 6 o'clock at night. You know, it's like maybe you could have arranged a flight that landed at your bedtime, and then and a flight that left 15 minutes after the christening. But I appreciate you coming down.
Could be.
I truly.
And you know, Mike, you truly
do.
are welcome.
God, you're coming in at 6. Are you not coming in at 6 o'clock at night?
Remember when I said, "Does this time work for you?" And you said it would be great.
It just was fun. Well, I'm not going to tell you what your time is.
Well, no,
but
I want it to work for everybody. What do you think? I'm scheduling a flight to cause trouble?
No, I think you're scheduling a flight to minimize your time down here.
I was minimizing my cost, Mike, but I'm not driving.
Minimizing your cost?
Nor am
I paid
driving.
$211. You paid $430.
Tell you what, put it on a postcard and mail it to me, and I'll burn it. The thing is I'm not driving to Baltimore.
I was
going to
wait.
To Baltimore, I might as well drive to
is
Charlotte.
I'm flying from National.
Ooh, I'm flying from National.
Well, he is. Your whole thing was BWI, and he is kind of shutting that point down. You've got a direct from
National.
You've got a direct on Southwest
to Fort Myers.
If I had waited to the last minute, maybe I would have gotten a deal as well.
No.
You've got a. I see. I've never
I'm
seen
leaving
Southwest.
at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's also a problem. That's a problem.
He's going to be on the beach. It'll be
face
fantastic.
down.
I was going to wait till like the week before you guys were coming down, but
right.
I might as well lay this on you now.
Yes.
I told you that hotel you're staying at.
Yes.
It's not cheap, these rooms there.
Sure.
So,
I don't.
You guys are bunking together.
Oh, that'll be good.
Oh yeah,
that'll be fine.
I'll make sure and sully the place before Rob gets there. I'll have it in 6 hours.
Yeah, Oscar has a game he likes to
You'll
play.
have the whole afternoon there,
Yeah,
Oscar. You can
I'll
drink.
beat off in both beds.
Oscar plays a game called Fire
We have to
Hose.
edit that out. We have to
sorry.
edit.
We
that
just have
out.
to
My
bleep
God.
it. We just have to bleep it.
Oh my God!
Because I believe the sentiment remains sincere.
Are you guys
snooze,
cool with
you
that?
lose.
Are you cool with
Of
bunking
course.
together?
Of course.
So two nice
No
queen
big deal.
beds.
Just
There
two
you go.
grown men. No big deal.
Sure.
Two nice
Can
queen
you sleep
beds
with
that
the
are there.
sound of with a CPAP machine?
I'm gonna have to apparently.
Are you guys on the same flight heading out?
No.
By any chance?
No.
No.
No,
you're
we're
but-
actually totally
but
different
Mike,
solar
but
systems.
Mike, I paid $211, and I said, "Well, what's the best way for me to get home so I don't inconvenience Mike going to the airport? My flight leaves just an hour before Rob's."
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. So,
yeah,
Well,
let's
good.
go.
You know what? After this segment, good luck getting a ride.
so yeah, I'll tell you something. I am. I'm looking forward to this, but it's very, very much on my mind. I don't talk about it a
How
lot,
come?
but just because of the service itself. I've gone so full circle with being raised Catholic,
Right.
and then I was not religious for a very, very long time, and then you guys remember when I went down to Haiti, and I talked about how
Right.
that was kind of a spiritual environment down there, and then got up to Maine and started going because my family was rolling into this non-denominational chapel up there, and I've been doing the whole non-denominational thing for a long time, and started going and kind of liked the whole community of it, and I thought it was kind of cool with our son being involved. And so Carla liked it as well, and when we got down here to Florida, Carla said, I want to start going to church. We got a little guy here, not a bad structure to raise him in that environment. And I said, yeah, I'm down with that. And we ended up looking around, and the place that I like the website.
You were sold on a website.
And now it's
Well,
Mike
that's what it
O'Mara.
was. I didn't want I liked what they said because you know what? You know what I'm about? I'm about inclusiveness.
Yes.
Right.
I am about inclusiveness, and with the world going crazy, I thought it might be nice to do that, and so we rolled over there.
Today on Sunrise Sermon, Mike O'Mara discusses togetherness. And now, here's
Inclusiveness,
Mike.
not togetherness. Togetherness is something you do when you bunk at a camp together. I'm talking about inclusiveness.
Or when you're put in a
said.
hotel room with your business partner.
Yes.
They accept all major credit cards.
There will not be enough alcohol. Just guys,
PayPal.
make sure you're not too hungover for the service on Sunday.
No,
That's
no
the only
worries,
thing
of
I
course.
wanted to. But the thing is, we picked this place, and it's right around the corner, and it ended up being a really nice service. But there is a level of formality to it that did not exist in my previous place. But you know what? With the formality of what this place has, it doesn't have the same, how shall we say, fervency that you might see at other places.
Discuss, if you will, the formality. I mean, what do you mean?
Well,
it's not like mode of dress? Or
No, for example, there is a communion service every time
Of course.
you go to this church. There wasn't at the other place. At the other place I went to, and maybe this is because I am a fallen Catholic, and because
So
when I went to
communion
the
services-
other place was like they had a bunch of guys in sandals and jeans that were up on the stage playing guitars, going, and he's the one,
Those
he's
are fun
the
as
one.
well, though.
Well, and, as a matter of fact, I talked about that, but they brought that into our service this past Sunday. They had a little of that, and I am all for all types of worship, whatever floats your boat, whatever spiritualism, whatever spiritual path. I don't care.
Acceptance.
Here.
I am really. That is my thing: is acceptance and tolerance. I just felt.
What about the Wiccan?
The Wiccan, never been to one of the services. As long as they don't put me like in a basket and hoist me up to the top of some, giant straw man and light me on fire, I'm okay.
I went to a Wiccan service. It was weird. The weird thing was everyone in the pointy hats. That was the only thing that was distracting. But and also
that was a different meeting.
I went to the parking lot and there was just brooms everywhere.
Wiccan service. You're Wiccan good. That is Wiccan good.
When you talk about communion services, I went to Methodist church a lot growing up with my grandfather, and they only did communion once a month. They did it the first Sunday of the month.
Right,
so is that sort of the deal? So they do.
Well, my kids were raised.
occasionally?
My kids were raised Methodist, so that was the way it was. But we'll continue. Let's continue this. I will tell you, leading up to this, you guys are going to have to make yourselves available for one meeting where they're going to go over the rules. And
I'll start writing the jokes now.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Oh God.
Good evening, ladies and germs.
All right, blood's starting to run out of my face already. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
My friend, yellow rider. Hey folks, Mickey Coachella here, and I would like to invite you guys to listen to my podcast, It's Mickey, and if you like to listen to fast-paced talk, occasional disagreements, and just all-around interesting stories, I think we're the right show for you. We can be heard right here on the More Broadcasting Network, or you can just go to itsmickey.com. That's itsmickey.com. So give us a listen and join in on the fun. If nothing else, you'll love laughing at what a moron I can be. That's itsmickey.com and It's Mickey on iTunes.
I really, I know that they want to sell more razors at Harry's.com. I'm not sure coming in here every day and talking about the fact that I had a phenomenal shave with my Harry's razor, and I don't know how many shaves I've gotten out of this razor, but it's more than I can ever remember, and I'm loving it, and I love Harry's, and I think you're going to love Harry's too. Let me just tell you that Harry's makes their own blades. They use their own German factory, and these are crafted blades by shaving experts. The result? Blades that respect your face and your wallet
and
on
your
average.
Head, Mike, and your
that's
head.
right. Rob shaves his head all the time.
All the
That's
time.
true.
It's fantastic.
Do you use the Harry's moisturizing aftershave also on your head?
I do. It's fantastic. It makes my head feel so soft. I just want everyone to touch it.
Well, the thing is, what people don't realize about Rob, even though he's full grown, if you feel Rob's soft head, you might feel the soft spot.
Yeah, the
which
doctor
is always
said
nice
my
too.
fontanelle would close any day now.
They also have Harry's foaming gel. They look, you can save $150 a year just by using Harry's because their blades are so much more cost effective than the stuff that you get in the drugstore. So check it out. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Here's what I want you to do. Go to Harry's.com now. Order anything you want there, and Harry's will give you $5 off your very first order. Just type in our code TMOS, that's HARRYS.com, and enter coupon code TMOS at checkout for this limited time offer and change the way you shave forever. I have, and as I told you, it motivated me to go out and buy that fog-free mirror, and I love my little shaves with Harry's. It really is the best. I shave beautifully now.
And also, the packaging is beautiful, and it's not too early to start thinking about the holidays.
Yeah, get somebody, get the little shaver in your house and shave kit. Anyway, welcome back to the show. So I wasn't gonna. I'd put this on the list for a while now. The fact that how churchy am I?
Yes.
And I think that let me tell you how far I've gone with this. I have gone this far. You know that I've been going to church on a weekly basis, which I have.
Check.
And
What do
we
you
got
wear?
into this. What's that? The most casual I've gone have been wearing some shorts and sandals.
Nice.
But normally I wear just like a regular dress shirt, untucked with khaki pants and some regular dress shoes.
Ever a tie?
No, don't wear a tie. Don't wear a suit. It's too damn hot down
Is this the 9th week? I think it might be. We're coming up on the 9th week.
Yeah, he's
I've
coming
been going
up on
for
the
a while.
20.
Yeah.
Well, here it is. Carla wanted to go. They have childcare. So it's really
it's really a break for everybody.
It's a break for everybody. We go in there and they have a nursery there, and so
Just like
we
a
enjoyed
casino.
that. Do they have a nursery at casinos?
At the finer casinos.
Do they really?
Oh, they have them,
I'm
yes.
sure they do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do they really? That's disgusting.
That is.
That is the only
It's
thing.
nothing I've never considered it.
But it's the
As
finest
much of-
fuzzy dice. Finest fuzzy dice you can
As
find.
much of a degenerate gambler as I am, I have always hated the fact that when I see kids in a casino, that to me makes me want to retch.
Yeah.
That is to me where you draw the line. If you can't get child care or you can't get coverage or you can't take grant, when I see kids running around a casino, that just that's nasty. I don't think that's an environment for kids. I've
My
always felt
cousin
that way.
Patrick's first words were not "mama" or "dada." It was "don't hit on a soft 16."
That was the sound of me trying to drink some water right there. So going to church now because they have the child care, and the pastor had this really cool, inclusive manner about him, and it just was fine. And it made me, forget the fact that that I'd been, anybody that's ever been a Catholic and gone to a Catholic church and then you get married and get divorced, they basically tell you to go scratch.
Yes.
They really do. They can doll it up all they want to and they can make it sound fine. But, and I know the Catholics in our audience are going to say, Mike, if you do this, if you do this, if you do, I'm not going to do this and this and this and
You
this.
don't want
I'm
to
not
go
going
through
to.
the
I'm not going to annul my marriages because of the rules. I'm not going to do that. So being part of something that's inclusive has been very, very cool for me.
Right.
And so I've started to go. Have I changed who I am? No, I have not. It's just something where, when Carla was away, it was my chance during the week to actually interact with other people. And so when the time came, you can just show up and you can hang out.
It's a group atmosphere.
Or you can take it to the next level, which means you can become a member of the congregation. And I have chosen to be a member of the congregation.
Nice.
Excellent.
How much does that cost?
Thank you. That's $3,000. No, it's not money.
Now, do you
It's,
get-
money has not even, Mr. Santana. Money has not even
They
been
don't hit
discussed.
you on the front end.
No, but if you want to get the tote bag,
Well, to be honest with you, I went to that one church where the people had sandals and the guitars,
Yes.
and when they started the whole thing, he did like a whole sermon on tithing, and no, don't like that. Don't
When
like
do
that.
we
You know,
get
I-
the Virgin Mary in your front lawn?
It's not- that's-
statuary? Yeah.
I'm not going there, baby.
not?
I'm not going there.
You can go
Nice and
lighter. I mean,
classy.
you could do something a lot easier, like St. Francis of Assisi. He dug animals.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
good in the backyard.
Guess what we're having Sunday?
Ham.
No.
What?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to make it, so I'm not going to be here, unfortunately. But because I'll be driving back to Florida
Right
on
on.
Sunday.
Oh, man.
But I'd love to be. It's the blessing of the animals.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
that's awesome.
You get to bring your pets to church and have them blessed.
dog church. Hey, you know what this Sunday is?
It's
Dog
going to
church.
be a doggy church.
There you go
No.
to dog church. Hey, Matt. Hey.
It's going to be a doggy. Play the organ music again. That'll
They
make
are
us.
so lucky because Frankie and Beluga will be the only ones that drop a deuce in that church. That's just how they roll.
Yeah, it's all right.
Frankie, Neil. Frankie, Neil.
Hey,
Frankie,
but because
don't drink that water.
because it's South Florida, they said no poisonous animals. You know?
Of course.
Don't bring in your poisonous snakes to this. But
It's like the Ark.
Well, snake
you know,
handling's
so-
another church, isn't it?
What's that?
Handling the snakes, that's a different church.
Yeah, that I wouldn't be about
No,
that.
you gotta
I
go to
don't think
dog
I'd be.
church, Mike.
But here it is. I don't begrudge anybody with what they do, and for me, it's just it's there. There are days when I'm in there that I'm engaged, and there are days that I'm in there where I drift away, and I'm kind of like la la la.
Playing Angry
you know?
Birds?
Just in my head, yes, playing Angry Birds
How
in my head.
how is the structure of the service? Is it rigidly structured? Can
Yes.
you follow? The one thing I always liked as a kid, when you'd get the bulletin, the program, I liked
Yeah.
sort of almost like checking off the events as they happened,
yeah.
because you knew how close you were to
He's
getting
counting
out
down,
of there.
counting down.
As the numbers got smaller,
Oh,
the
see,
hits got
there's not.
bigger.
I don't know if the little pamphlet they give you has that much detail to it.
That's what I'm
but
wondering, yeah.
You mean so you could like just go right down and you'd know how close you were to getting sprung?
Yeah, but you know it was always rough, and I remember this as a kid, is when they'd get to the sermon, or as the Catholics would say, the homily. That is really, that can be lengthy, or it can be short.
Oh, if
or
you
it
got
can
a
be
guy that
long.
really likes to flap his gums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that
Padre
they
Julio.
had,
That's what
the
he
thing
had.
they had this past week was two guys that came in, and the homily was a musical performance.
Oh,
where
that's
they,
nice.
They
Wow,
were
was
just
it, was it
singing
the
some
Smothers
songs.
Brothers?
Originals
They were
or
like
covers?
they were almost like the Smothers Brothers.
Oh, so not
you know?
funny.
Yeah, hey, the Smothers Brothers had their
No,
moments.
I kid. I love the
They
Smothers
were
Brothers.
funny on occasion.
Yeah, the
so-
yo-yo thing kind of lost me. But I
What
like
was,
the
so-
Smothers
what was
Brothers
their
when they were
topic?
young.
What was the bit?
The bit.
They did.
I don't remember. I wish I did.
I remember what it
Sorry.
was. Didn't they play He
Really
Said?
don't remember.
They played He Said, She Said.
Oh, who's on first?
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but it's
Jesus
yeah.
got a double.
Oh, let me see. What else can I tell you about it? We wear name tags. What?
Oh, do you
Yeah.
use your real
Oh,
name or
my
do you use an
God.
assumed name?
Now what's that? What's that reaction for? Tell me,
Name
Powerade. What's
tags.
that? What name tags? Yes. You got a problem with name tags?
I mean, is everybody new?
Well, Oscar is
No, but
accustomed
it's
to
just
going
a
to
way-
environments where everyone knows him.
It's just something. It's when you walk in and it's like the guy says, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" And I kind of like that.
My
So
name
it's,
is Mike.
Hi,
my name is Mike.
That's
Yes,
right.
my name is Mike.
Do you ever change your name?
It promotes, fellowship. It promotes community. and
Okay,
that
that's
type of thing.
fair. I can
What
see
if you
that.
wrote a
what it
tag
is.
that said disc jockey? Podcaster.
DJ.
Oh, you know what? Now this is what we should do. This is the
They
kind
know
of-
that the powers that be know that I happen to be
Famous?
in the business of show, not famous.
This is the sort of soft sell that really works, and you really wouldn't be breaking rules. What if you said, "Hello, my name is www.mikeomerashow.com."
Ah, see,
And
then
that
you'd
way,
be
and
really
you know what?
promoting.
Also, a great conversation starter.
I really have to start rethinking this whole
And
thing. about
every
you
week
guys
you
being the
change your name. Like
godparents.
next week it'll be Cat 2014.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we'll get a lot of pull out of that parish.
Hey, you
yeah, a lot of
never
people.
know.
Do you
Yeah.
do the sign?
Hey, look at those first 3 rows of 85-year-old people. Isn't that terrific?
That's why they have to wear name tags.
Exactly.
Because they forget.
And big letters.
Wow,
I'm
that makes
terrible.
sense.
I was walking the dog today, and I met this woman. I've met her 10 times, and
Does
I
she go
said
to-
your name
to
again, and I
church?
wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't know.
Oh.
She doesn't go to church.
She's
I
a
wouldn't be
Wiccan.
able to tell you. I wouldn't be able to tell you now.
Maybe
exactly
she should
what
wear
I
the
mean.
name tag.
Exactly. Or a T-shirt.
We should all. We should all have T-shirts with our names on them.
Now,
We should really have
church
that.
shirts for dog church. Now, do you do the sign of peace?
Yes, we do. We do.
Do
and
they
we
overblow
do
it? Do they do?
Yes.
Because what I don't like,
It's crazy.
I've
It's
been
crazy.
to churches where people
It's
leave
like five,
their seats.
five, or you meet 5 rows.
Yeah, and they have to go and work the aisles.
Yeah.
It's like a Wayne Newton
Yeah,
show.
the guy comes down.
Oh,
I usually
no.
in the Catholic Church we used to
Leno.
go right, left, front, back. That was it.
Yeah,
You were
that's
covered.
how- that's how I
This
roll.
way, you go through a lot of different people, and I actually felt like the guy directly in back of me kind of blew me off, and then I was standing there
Well, that's
because
no
I
church
turned
for
to
you
him and I
then.
extended my hand to give him the handshake, and he turned away, and then he was shaking everybody's hand in like the row and back of him, and I was just standing there like a schmuck, and I felt a little ill.
Maybe
did
he's
you.
hazing you because you're new.
or do
I
you-
don't think so.
You
It
know
looked
what?
like the hazing type, Oscar.
Do you think he'll be there next week? Because the next time you go, wouldn't it be great if when they offer the sign of Christ's peace, you hugged him?
They don't call it the sign of Christ's peace.
They
Rob.
don't. What do they call it?
They say,
It's the sign of the
it's
cross,
Peace.
I thought.
It's like we greet
Peace
each
be
other,
with
know.
you.
Sometimes
Peace
they
be
say-
with you. That's
but
what it
what
is.
I
Peace be
said,
with you.
offer some sign of Christ's peace. They do that.
Okay, but you
They
have
say
to. Why are
that.
you putting your little evangelical?
That's
thing
what
in
it's
like that?
called. That's what
The
it's
sign
called
of
in some
Christ's peace.
houses.
When's the
of
last
worship.
time? When's the last time you popped in?
To a church?
Yes.
Maybe
Hold on
about,
just a second.
Yeah,
Wait. You want to take some time?
yeah, I would.
All right. Very good.
I'll tell you mine.
I remember. It was last night. It was holy day of obligation.
I
Had
think
to
it's
be
been
there.
6 months.
6 months for you?
Yeah, probably.
I think it's been about 2 years. I know that the entire family went when Big Daddy got his church window dedicated at his church, and I think that was the
So
last
you're
time.
gonna. So when you walk into mine, it's gonna be.
The sound of flames.
Yeah. We'll be on fire when we walk in.
What are they doing in here?
Oh,
Get out!
I
Get
can-
out!
I think it's nice that you're going to church.
Yeah, it is. And you know
Why
what?
not?
It's an important part of society. Our country was built on that.
Well,
I mean,
the
it's
thing
not as
is-
important in current society.
Is it
but
church and then Culver's? Is that your go-to on Sundays?
What did I do on Sunday? I'm trying to think what I did.
I
Because usually the first thing, first of all, I was telling you I'm joining the congregation.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
not only did I go to a slightly over an hour long service, but then about an hour and 20 minutes of the
Initiation.
education afterwards.
Like
which
Sunday
was,
school.
and that incidentally, that was the clincher for me. Was that because I was nervous as hell about going in there and having to, do because I remember it from the days of the Catholic Church
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they give you kind of like a quiz. You got to go through that. This was
Is it like
1
a
hour.
Sunday school or like
He went around
something to get into the
Nope.
church?
You're just you find out all about the church and what it's all about and the way it worked. He went around and he asked everybody if they had any questions. There were 6 questions. He answered all 6 questions. We were done. That was great. It was fantastic.
Oh, like a
got a
client-
little
like a client
got a little pamphlet with some reading material that we may or may not read. We don't have to, and we were out the door. It was very
Do
very,
they
very
offer,
nice.
and oftentimes this is before the service, do they offer a Sunday school type deal?
I think so. Yes, I think the
Because you know
kids
what
are
the
very much involved with that.
For grown-ups, though, I mean, an adult Sunday school.
I don't think so. Well, if there is, I'm not necessarily really. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to go to three of these.
Time.
I'm
No,
going to
we've
three
got
of
all these
these. I got 3 of these classes,
Yeah.
and then I think I'm pretty much good to go.
What
I
might
think
be
I'm good to
nice
go with
if
that.
this really starts to work out
And
for
it's
you
cool. You guys will like it. The whole
What
place
if
is
you
kind
start
of. You know what it looks
teaching-
like, Oscar? It looks like if you were in New Mexico.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks like if you were like a little. It's got kind of that Adobe look to it. It's kind
Oh,
of.
nice.
It's very bright. It looks
Just
like
like
it
in
would be in
Breaking
some.
Bad.
It looks like it would be a parish somewhere in the Southwest. It really
Actually,
does.
the
It's kinda
church is
neat.
a converted Taco Bell.
Ah.
What they did is they multi-purposed the
You're going to
building.
go to hell.
No,
I'm
no,
worried.
no.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you, Rob. I really
I'm
am.
worried about his cholesterol.
The problems
He'll go.
are multifold.
I'll tell you, when Rob comes down, there will be one trip with just Rob and I,
Yeah.
and we will go to Culver's.
That's right.
Are you
And
guys,
good luck in the
are you
hotel room
guys-
after that.
Are you guys losing weight for this live show or what?
I have. I don't think I've lost any weight. All I'm trying to do is get healthier.
Okay,
and
okay.
so. But I mean, I'm not gonna. I didn't even want to talk about it. What I'm doing, but I am.
You're doing something. You're doing
I'm just getting
something.
up and moving
Okay.
again. I did a mile and a half yesterday, and a mile about 1.7 miles this morning before the show.
And is that on the motorcycle?
No, just taking a little power walk around the neighborhood. That's it.
What is
And-
the opposite of a starvation strike?
What is that?
That would be what I'm doing. I'm just
Gluttony?
indulging. Yeah, gluttony. That's it.
Gluttony.
Hey, you know what? That's a sin. I can talk to your guy about that.
You look good today, Rob. You look really good.
Not from this angle.
Yeah, you're lying.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. God bless you, everybody.
Hi, this is
good.
Rob Ford. This is Rob Ford
Oh, hi,
for
Rob.
FanDuel. 4 weeks into the NFL season, and it's time to assess my fantasy team. Personally, some weeks have been good, and some weeks have not been so good. But I never worry about the past because FanDuel.com is weekly. What happened last week doesn't matter. I can reset my team every week and play for real money at FanDuel.com. I aspire to be like Chris Prince. He's won over $656,000 at FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com has no season-long commitment, no upfront fees. Entry fees start at just $1, and the money is real.
Hey, Rob.
FanDuel is paying. Yes, hello, Rob.
Can you use your DJ voice for the rest of the spot?
FanDuel, yes, here it goes. 1, 2, 3. FanDuel has no season-long commitment, no upfront fee. Entry fees start at just $1, and the money is real. FanDuel is paying out more than $10 million every single week this NFL season. So get started today and win. Just click the microphone in the upper right hand and use the code TMOS. The first 50 to use the TMOS code get their deposit matched up to $200. This offer ends soon. FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com.
When does the offer end?
Pardon me?
When does the offer end?
This every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com, FanDuel.com. Sign up today.
Mike, have
Yes.
you talked to Rob about projecting or
You mean as far as his diction and stuff like that?
just his? I think he tries to do a DJ voice. Look, the guy is the hardest working guy on the crew.
He's
Right?
fantastic.
Look, if Rob Ford, look, here's the bottom line with Rob Ford.
How do you feel, Mac?
If Rob Ford, if both my boys, if Rob
Mac's a good
Ford
kid,
and
too.
if Mac and Rob Ford don't know that we like them,
Yeah.
then they don't know what like is. Because the fact is, we like Mac and we like Rofo.
Right.
We like both of them, and we like them for the same reason. They got their quirks. If they were like who's the news reporter for NBC, Rob, that does Peter Alexander?
Yes, okay.
If these guys came in and they were Peter Alexander, you know that we would hate them. And you know that they wouldn't be long. We never want interns that are guys that we're going to want to say we want to get rid of. We like guys that are kind of not part of the norm, not part of the mainstream. So I love both our guys.
But if
I
we
like
take-
Mac and I like Rofo.
If you take personality out of it, now what's the legend of Dracula? Is that he cannot be seen in a mirror, right? That's what they say. A vampire cannot be.
Can't do it.
His reflection
Yeah.
cannot be captured. I feel that Rob Ford has a relationship with a microphone that Dracula has with a mirror. There is no microphone that can capture his voice.
But we have to help
So he
him.
can't. So he
in
can't
real
project.
Life, in real life, he's like, "Hi, how you doing?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Hey." I'm like,
you
"All
know
right."
what?
No,
yeah.
We're all ready
Both-
to go. And then he gets on microphone and he sounds like,
we've got a great quarterback, and we're gonna go with Philip Rivers.
And I'm looking at him, and the gain is up, and the level's up, and he's talking right into it, and it just doesn't capture.
He puts it at the max level. He's like, "Is this guy talking?" He's like pushing all the buttons and moving all the.
Well, Mac does the same thing, and it's just we can't get the boys to project. That's the problem.
Mac's voice is captured. Mac's voice is just quiet.
Yes.
Mac, remember when you yelled as loud as you could and it sounded like a normal human in a library?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to Mike and see his voice will be captured. Watch.
Hello, Mike.
See,
that's nice.
Yeah.
So you're saying Rofo is?
But
Rofo's like this. He's like, "Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike." But he's close. He's close. So it's, "Hi, Mike."
Yeah, he's doing it exactly right, and what we hear is.
So you want to do it like that?
We've got the Kansas City defense.
Why is it not picking up?
So
He's an audio vampire.
And we're rooting for him, and
So
and that's why, like a couple of times when he did his report, I said, "Are you doing a DJ voice? I don't know what's happening
Something is
here."
garbled. I looked to see if there was a handkerchief over the phone, like in an old movie. Like he's disguising his voice.
Well, perhaps if he is going to scream at the top of his lungs, it would come out like, "That's why I'm using FanDuel.com."
Whoa!
You know what? It was a step in the right direction.
We'll find out.
It's not the destination, but it's a
tomorrow.
step.
We got to find out.
We'll find out tomorrow. How are you, Mac? And we haven't talked to you in a while. How are your diseases?
They're still the same. I mean, there's nothing better, nothing worse.
Okay,
that's good.
They're holding tight.
Yeah, I mean, they won't go away, but I'm dealing with it.
All right. Have we ever enumerated his diseases?
Not on the air.
All right, do you mind talking about them?
I can do that, sure.
How do you want to go? Do you want to go from worst to first?
Yeah. How do you rank them? What are the
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I'm having a good show. I'm
No.
sorry, Mac.
Yeah.
I hate to veto that.
Show
Perhaps
killer.
it's
Show
a shame.
killer. Show killer. Show
I really
killer.
think
Show
you know.
killer. Show killer.
So close.
Another time.
on another day, we will probably deal with your. You look. He's come in here and he's offered up. He said, "I'd like to talk about this because it would help." Just can you list? All right. Now I'm feeling guilty.
No, and Mike,
No, it's fine.
Let me
You're
tell
doing
you this.
the right thing.
You know
You're
how
doing the
often,
right thing.
I know I am.
oftentimes in the
Yes.
past when you throw it to Mac and I say, "Please don't do this. Please
Yes,
don't
I
do
know.
this." I think this, and I'm going to put my reputation, my gut on the line.
This is the time?
I think today is the day.
Oh no!
Don't you think?
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
All right.
All right,
one
Mac.
of us is going to be right.
We're going to lead you through this, Mac. You wanted to talk about now. How many conditions do we want to talk about today?
You're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Remember,
I have a
let your lips touch it.
Yes.
Right away. You know, does he have
Great
headphones on?
Yeah, he has those stupid green headphones
Yeah.
on.
Okay, all right. Usually when you hear "oh," that means yes, your headphones are effing on and you can talk. Thank you.
Sorry.
See, already
So-
I'm right.
All right, so what are the conditions that you have?
I have 3 conditions. I have Addison's disease, vitiligo, and alopecia.
Okay, you know these, right? I mean,
Yeah, the alopecia is one that's a new one.
okay, discuss with us Addison's disease. That has nothing to do with the show Moonlighting.
No, it's caused by an autoimmune disease. It's pretty much my body does not produce cortisol. That is the stress hormone.
Okay.
So I need to take medicine to replace it. I don't know why you're playing
Can I have a
Bolivian
vial?
music.
Can I have a vial of your
it was
blood?
kind of
You say
melancholy. It was kind of melancholy.
You don't
music,
create
that's fine.
stress.
My body doesn't produce the hormone that deals with stress. So when I get stressed, my body starts to shut down.
So that's why you got off Wall Street.
Now, when you talk, hold on a second. When you're talking about stress, you're talking about physical stress,
Both.
right?
Any type of
you-
stress.
any type of stress.
Yeah,
Like right
mental
now, are
or-
you feeling? Are you feeling it right now? At
I'm
all?
a little shaky.
Okay, all right.
No, but
so
I-
That's good.
I mean, but I just, it's pretty much when you're stressed, your body produces cortisol. Now, I just have to mentally gauge it and then take the cortisol orally.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. And this is a legitimate question. When you came to me and you said, I'd like to talk about the different conditions, I said I'd be willing to do that. You kind of you started up there, hey, if you ever need some content, and I thought it was very generous of you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did you do that because you felt that you were in an okay environment now, that you knew us well enough and you trusted us? Is that why? Was that a process for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like it here. I mean, I want to put it out in the open.
Educate people.
Yeah, and I mean, just
And it might get him laid.
maybe.
Get him.
That's the end goal.
And goal. Look at that.
Yeah, there you
goal. Nice.
Are are you born with Addison's? Do you catch it?
You catch it. Like I said, it's autoimmune. My antibodies attack my adrenal gland, which is where the cortisol.
So
is
it's nothing you did and nothing you didn't.
JFK
do.
had it. JFK had Addison's
John F.
disease.
Kennedy
Did
did
you know
have
that?
it, yes.
It's
All right.
like
Well, I
it's
hope for a happier ending for Mac.
it's like they're it's like they're shooting an episode of Game of Thrones in your body.
Kind of, yeah. But it's not always active. It's
Rob.
What?
Rob is
I mean-
such a total ass.
Why?
He really is. I hope for a happier ending. Rob just made an assassination joke. What he did,
you know
he made
what?
a JFK assassination
Too
joke.
soon, and I regret
Too
saying
soon.
that.
Yes, thank you.
We'll try it again next year.
So is
this-
Addison's the one where the stress affects it?
yes. That's and then the second one is
Hold
Vital.
on. What about the medication? Is it a pill?
Yeah, it's just 20 milligrams in the morning, 10 at night of cortisone.
And so, is it something that you take consistently, or do you
Every day.
self-prescribe if you're going into a really tense situation?
Yeah, I take it every day, no matter what, and then
Right.
I double the dose if it's a high stress situation, triple it if I'm like very sick
There's
or
a
anything.
So
There's a
cortisone, I would imagine taking cortisone that much. Does
Cortisol.
that have
Cortisol. Different.
Cortisol.
Right.
Okay. So taking cortisol, does that have side effects?
No, it's because my body doesn't produce it, so it's really just replacing it.
So, question: there's a photograph of you on your fabulous Facebook page of you parachuting or
Yes.
skydiving. Now, that is not a calm situation. How many pills did you take before you jumped out of the plane?
2.
So almost normal. Or did you double up?
Yeah, it's. I mean, adrenaline still works fine. So.
All right, let me ask the question this way. What is the Addison's disease where the body can't be stressed or you can't be stressed? What is the situation where in your life, obviously I'm sure you've had good times and bad, is there any time you remember where you were really out of whack because of that disease and it really, I don't want to say that it almost killed you. I hope that didn't happen, but is there any other time where it really got to you?
Well, before I was diagnosed with it, I mean, I had it, but I didn't know I had it. The first sign was when I got sick. I was on vacation in St. Croix, and I got sick. And I
very tense there.
I mean, it was a normal bug that was going around the island, but I was put in the hospital for 18 hours. Just
In a
low
row?
blood pressure. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got sick, and because of your disease, Addison's disease, you reacted to what was probably just a simple virus, a cold or a flu or a stomach flu, and you reacted violently to it.
Oh yeah.
What were the symptoms?
Nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
And low blood pressure, you said?
Low blood pressure, yes.
Might have led with the blood pressure if I was telling the story, but diarrhea also great.
Now, the worst part, the week before I was diagnosed.
You're going to have to find your way to the bathroom, man. I am in St. Croix with diarrhea.
Go ahead.
Rob, you have to find some calypso music.
The week before I was diagnosed, another part with it is sick.
This boy is very sick.
I mean, I pretty much was getting sick every morning.
Every morning.
In St. Croix?
No, throughout the 6 months before I was diagnosed.
Oh, okay.
I would be sick.
Like you were
every
getting sick to your stomach?
Yeah, every single morning.
Hey, man, you're on the islands, man. Irie, come on, have a nice rum punch, man. How you doing there? Yes, Irie. Okay, hey, look at that boy. It's coming out both ends. Hey, you're going to die soon you don't get that wet.
Shake your body liner.
Okay.
It was a scary
Sorry,
year.
Mac. All
It
right,
was-
so 6 months
man, your blood pressure, it almost no register.
Oh, man, look at that. That's a fever, man.
Yeah, the cuff keeps slipping off, man.
Ooh, that's terrible, man. So you were sick for a long time.
Yeah, about 6 months to a year. But the thing that really put it over the edge and how I initially got diagnosed was another thing with it is fatigue. So the week before I was diagnosed, I was so fatigued I could not go up a flight of stairs. I would have to go up half the flight of stairs, sit down, and take a breath, and then go up the second half.
And that's
Were you
not
freaked
normal?
out? I mean, as a young guy, are you
Yeah, as a
freaked
young
out
guy.
at that point? Do you go, my God, this is not right? Or,
yeah,
I mean,
that-
had you just gotten used to feeling like crap and you didn't think it was that big a deal?
The morning sickness, yes. I mean, doctors, I went to many doctors. They were saying it's pretty much, I mean, they couldn't diagnose it. They were just saying I get sick
That
often.
sucks.
Did
I hate
anyone?
it when that
When
happens
did
to
they
people.
rule out with the morning sickness? When did they rule out pregnancy?
Well, 9 months.
It took a while.
Yeah.
I had to do a few tests.
I think that's good. A
Okay.
young, sexually active boy like yourself, sitting on the middle of the steps, catching
So
your breath.
when you started taking the cortisol after they diagnosed, was it a new lease on life for you?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That's
I mean,
good to hear.
I
How
started
fast did it happen?
next day.
Oh, that's
Wow.
great.
Isn't it great
immediate.
when doctors?
That's
Who's the
great.
doctor? Who's the doctor that gave you the diagnosis that saved your ass?
Don't remember her name.
So this is a long time ago that this happened.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
Dr.
2 years
Gratitude,
ago.
Mike, is the name.
I was just with so many doctors I can.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is.
So that's the Addison's disease, and what are the other maladies that you have?
Vitiligo. That's that Michael Jackson had that.
That's the skin
That's the
disease,
skin
right?
disease.
And
It typically shows in the hands. There's none of my hands. It's all about my face. It's right around my eyes and my forehead.
Anybody around your junk?
No.
All right.
Thanks, Oscar.
Wow. I mean, that's
I
what,
don't
that's
know.
what
I'm
Michael
not
had.
sure. I'm not
Don't
sure
you
why.
remember?
I am a gay American.
I'm not sure.
I am a gay
I'm not
American.
sure why Oscar had to ask that. You
That's
know,
what
it's
happened
like,
in the
you
Jackson trial.
you
They
want
just
him
talked
to
about
show you
his
or something like
his
that, all right.
vitiligo junk, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, the vitiligo
All right, so-
junk you can also see in the Japan River.
Now there's so that's I mean that's just a kind of a skin thing that you deal with, and
there's no other effect of it. It's
Yeah.
really just cosmetic.
And it's mild because I don't ever really notice it.
It's because my forehead is the worst part, and that's why I grew my hair out just to cover it.
And for people who have not had the pleasure of seeing Mac, his haircut is sort of like the Beatles were in Rubber Soul, sort of
Yep.
almost like a modified bowl cut. You cover
That's his look.
That's a good cut for you,
I
though.
do need a
good
haircut
cut,
now,
but
but
you know
yeah.
what? You I think you mentioned you wear a beard to cover
Yeah,
some of it
there's
too.
also a spot on my cheek.
It doesn't look like you're trying to disguise yourself or anything. It's a good look
Yeah,
for
you're
you.
a good-looking
Yeah.
kid.
yeah. But the thing is, so that's anytime you're a kid and you're growing up with something like that, it's tough. I'm sure it's
Sure.
been a difficult deal for you, but yes, kids can be cruel, and I'm sure. Did you experience kids being cruel, or have kids been by and large pretty cool to you?
Well, I mean, with the vitiligo, I was just diagnosed about 6 months to a year ago. So I mean, nobody
so
has
the
really.
cruelest anyone's ever been is when I asked you about your junk.
Probably.
This has been
man.
Is
And what's
today an
what's
extra
the
pill
third
day?
one? What's the third one,
It
Matt?
actually was. It's alopecia. It's pretty much like vitiligo, but with hair, and that's actually showing up on the beard. It's pretty much bald spots.
That's not so bad.
It's very mild.
So
right now.
I think really, you know what? I know that you've got the Addisons, and that has to be treated.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get stressed, but you're medicated for that. And now, are you feeling as healthy as you have since all this stuff started? Are you feeling better?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the only real downside of Addison's disease is one, if I get sick, I get very sick, and two, I have a much higher chance of getting type 1 diabetes.
Well, look at Rob.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
And you know
Look
what?
across the hall.
We are more alike than different. I have
Just
alopecia
just
on
out
the
of
top
curiosity,
my
does this
head.
mean we're going to have to take a doctor to Reno?
No,
Are we
no,
gonna have to take a
he's gonna
doctor
be
out to
fine.
Reno?
No, they got great doctors out
Also,
there.
what I've learned is, look, you got kind of a bad hand out, right? But and if you're gonna get bad hands, not so bad in the long run. Like you
Yeah,
found
I-
a cure for what you went through with Addison's. And the vitiligo is not as bad as it could be.
Correct.
And as far as your beard is concerned, I mean, geez, a lot of guys have bald spots in their
Yeah.
beards, can't even get
Yeah,
there, you
yeah.
know?
Question, and I'm not busting balls here. I'm just curious. Have you ever considered using like a little bit of makeup to even out the tones on your face?
I've thought about it. It's not worth it right now.
Okay.
And, as a matter of fact, you stay true to yourself there, okay,
Yeah.
Mac? Don't listen to Bruce Jenner over there with the big shirt on.
I mean,
All right, you don't go for the makeup. You don't need that type of
Mike,
stuff.
you know,
Incidentally,
I've gotten better
great
about
story,
it.
phenomenal story about Bruce Jenner in news you may not need. Today.
Oh,
I think
cool.
you're gonna
Can't
really,
wait.
really
Can't
love
wait.
that. There's a little tease. So overall, do you feel? And here's the big question. This is the super deluxe big question for our intern Mac. And Rob, good call. It has been an intriguing segment with him.
And
Well
we need to end it soon, but it's gone well.
Has being on the Mike O'Mara show improved your health?
yes,
That's the answer we wanted. Isn't he a good boy? Isn't he a good
Good
boy?
man.
That's
Mentally as well.
fantastic.
And I love the fact that he's been diagnosed, so he can't blame the hair loss on us.
That he's just pulling it out. You're a good man, Mac. We love having you
Thanks,
here.
buddy.
You know
Thank you
that,
very
and
much.
that was very brave of you. Really, that took some balls,
Yeah.
and I respect that tremendously. And he's a good guy, ladies.
much.
If you want a nice little catch, this is a. I have a feeling someday he's going to be running a company somewhere. I
Hey,
think he's
you
gonna
have
do that.
daughters.
I have daughters. That's true. Let's not get crazy, okay? All right, thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. You're on my list now. We'll take a break. Come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Do you care about technology?
Disfruta cuando la tecnología y el entretenimiento se unen.
You should care about Tech 411.
Echa un vistazo a la serie 411 en la tecnología más Broadcasting Network.
You can find it at morebroadcasting.com or on iTunes.
Suscribirse al programa en iTunes o cocedoras.
We're not gay.
Son como dos hadas.
What does gay have to do with this? You bigot. You should listen. It's a good show. Seriously. Please. Thank you.
T411.
Welcome back.
Serta.
Love it.
Oh, that's
I'd love a new
fantastic.
promo from you guys.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Sleep Number Beds. I love my Sleep Number bed. You will too. My mama, 94 years young, boys, and enjoying her brand new Sleep Number bed up in Boston, Massachusetts. She loves it. She's using different sleep numbers to tweak it and get her sleep number setting, and she's really having a great time. Mike, in the store, they told me I was a 30, but when I got home, I turned it up to a 40, and that seems to be working.
She's
for me.
crazy. You know how
she's
golfers
crazy.
try to always golf their age?
Yeah.
Maybe you should try to sleep your age. Has she tried 94 yet?
She's a maniac, Rob. The Sleep IQ technology uses sensors to track and optimize your sleep. It'll give you the best night's sleep ever. It's the smartest bed in the world. It is. You'll wonder how you slept without it. My Sleep Number setting is an 80. Carla's is an 85. There's only one place in the world to find the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology, and that is a Sleep Number store. Come in right now, and you'll find the C2 Queen mattress with Sleep IQ technology. It starts at just $999.98. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. You can find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. And don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. What was that?
News.
Thank you very much. Here we go, boys.
Yay!
Former actress Amanda Bynes was arrested early Sunday morning on suspicion of driving while under the influence of a drug. That's according to authorities on Monday. Bynes is 28. She was stopped by a California Highway Patrol officer after she stopped in the middle of an intersection in the Sherman Oaks neighborhood of L.A. around 4 a.m. That's a bad time. Nothing good happens after midnight, pals.
This one's a mess anyway, this Bynes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She stayed clean for like 12 months.
Didn't she set a driveway on fire?
She did that. Yeah, that was more like 2 years ago.
Yeah, shut down
Well, she
O'Hare
was
Airport.
determined to be under the influence. The release states that Bynes, who has had a series of driving-related arrests, was cooperative but appeared disheveled when she was taken into custody.
wow.
The one-time actress remains on probation for a 2012 case filed after she clipped an L.A. County Sheriff's patrol car. Man, this is the train wreck of train crash. She was arrested for a DUI. At that point, Bynes pleaded no contest to alcohol-related reckless driving in February, so she's got a long way to go, it sounds like.
Yeah. And what's sad is she... Excellent choice, Mike. What's sad is she never had the career highs of a Lohan. She's just a mess. Yeah.
Donald Trump got seriously punked on Twitter when someone tweeted him an old picture of an innocent-looking couple along with the following message. It said, "My parents who passed away always said you were a big inspiration. Can you please retweet for their memory?" Well,
dear.
Donald, because he has a massive ego, he granted the request, not knowing that the picture was actually of Fred and Rosemary West, a pair of British serial killers who were convicted in the torture, rape, and murder of at least 11 young women and girls.
No.
I'm trying not to laugh
so
at this,
wrong.
but you have to.
Wow.
It is so wrong. They were caught in 1994. Fred committed suicide before his trial, and Rosemary is serving a life sentence. Donald wasn't happy. He tweeted, quote, "I thought I was being nice to somebody, r.e. their parents. I guess this teaches you not to be nice and trusting. Sad."
Sad? So it was nice, it was kind, it was good?
Yeah, it was good. This is bad, trusting, sad.
How do you find out?
He added, quote, "Maybe I'll sue." He's
Yeah, maybe.
such an a-hole.
I hate
He
him.
truly is Donald Trump. But I went online and looked at the picture, and the picture, they look like serial killers. With all the rumors about Bruce Jenner wanting to be a woman,
Yes.
and I hope we can grab this picture from Radar Online, they fanned the female flames yesterday with some very interesting pictures of Bruce. I was looking at these. If you can bring them up, Oscar. The pics show Bruce walking with his daughter. I don't know which one, Tito, Marlon. I'm not sure which daughter he's walking with. And under his T-shirt, he appears to be wearing a sports bra, and he has what appears to be some little baby breasts.
Wow, now this
Oh,
rumor...
my God, you're right.
This
Are you
rumor
looking
has
at
been
it?
around
Okay.
and has sort of... It's not really caught fire, but it's
Right.
been around for over a year. There was talks of him having women's shoes in his closet. I remember that one.
Right.
And-
This appears now. Look, he could have some man boobs and be wearing a wife beater, but this looks to me like he's got female breasts. It really,
playing
really
a
does.
video
And
before he gets arrested.
he will post the photos that we can grab them, and you guys decide what the story is with that.
So it does look like he's wearing a sports bra underneath
Sure.
his like workout shirt or whatever. I feel for this guy because if this is actually happening in his life. You can't ever talk about what it's like to come out and tell the world about this, especially we live under such a public eye.
Well, if he wants to be transgender,
Yes.
I think really, if he wants to have a better life, if he just comes out and
I think
says
it'll be so much easier for everybody involved, right?
Yeah, I think it will be easier if he just wants to do that.
Then you're not exposing yourself and your family to all these jokes.
Right.
Or really, it's not
Well,
just,
to be
it's not just
to be honest
bigotry,
with you,
it's just
no.
it's
The bottom
ignorance,
line is,
ignorance.
if he comes out and says, "This is what I'm doing. I'm in the process of changing my sex," then we don't do anything about it anymore. Because to be honest with you, the we've come far enough as a society now where you don't do the material unless somebody's not being square. And we are going to live in a world eventually where that's just the way it is. What happens is if you're denying it, that's when it makes it into a story, and unfortunately, that's the way of the world.
Because right now, it just looks like he's being kooky.
Yeah,
if someone's being kooky, you're like,
Or if Radar Online publishes a retraction that says we regret that was not Bruce Jenner, it was Sheryl Crow, then everything is explained.
Pro football pays the bills in primetime television, boys. NBC's Sunday Night Football. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
They charge $627,300 for a 30-second ad, more than any other program in primetime broadcasting television. That's according to a survey by Advertising Age. On its heels is CBS new Thursday football telecast. They charge $483,333 for a 30-second ad. Television's top-rated comedy, The Big Bang Theory, is the script show with the priciest ads at $344,827.
Big Bang Theory is ahead of Modern Family?
Yes.
That
Otherwise,
shocks me.
Ad prices don't always mesh with the Nielsen Company's measurements of which programs get the biggest audience. That's because advertisers pay a premium to reach a younger audience. Yay! That's it. For instance, CBS's NCIS is often television's most watched scripted show each week, certainly the most popular drama, but with an ad price of $170,948, it didn't make the top 10 of the most expensive shows on which to buy commercial time.
It's a great way to reach Mark Harmon's fans.
So the NFL, you want to know why the NFL is so guarded? They're protecting quite an investment there. Shia LaBeouf gets so little good press these days, but after filming the World War II movie Fury, he's got a fan in co-star Brad Pitt. Brad tells Britain's GQ, "Oh, I love this boy. He's one of the best actors I've ever seen. He's full-on commitment, man. He's living it like no one else, let me tell you. I've been fortunate to work with a lot of great actors. He's one of the best I've seen." That's Brad Pitt on Shia LaBeouf. I think that's what, you know what? When a guy gets pounded, and he acts like an ass, and if he's trying to get his act together and he's still working, I root for those guys to do better.
Also,
I'd like to see that happen.
If you look at any trailer that's out there, there are guys that don't have as much fame as Shia that are featured in the trailers because a lot of studios think he's still a little radioactive.
Poison,
right?
Yeah, box.
So
Yeah,
you'll
this
see
is
like
kind of
one
a supporting role.
Yeah. So we'll find out if he comes back from this role in this movie. Apparently, it's already being critically acclaimed. So we'll see if he really shines in it.
I hope he's not a dick.
Brad says both he and Shia wanted to legitimately beat up their co-star Scott Eastwood because he was chewing tobacco and spitting on the tank they were shooting in. That might have been spitting in the tank if it was written properly. What neither of them knew at the time was that Scott's behavior was in the script. Brad says, quote, "We were the knobs in the end." I like calling somebody a knob. Here's a good story. On Saturday, a couple named Stephen and Mackenzie Schultz went to a new restaurant in Cedar Rapids, beautiful old Iowa, for their anniversary. Well, they got terrible service. It's not clear how old they are. From the photos online, they might be in their 30s. They haven't said the name of the place, but they waited 20 minutes for water, 40 minutes for an appetizer, and over an hour for their entrees. Meanwhile, their waiter was spending most of his time at other tables. For the average person, that would mean one thing. He's getting a bad tip. But instead of getting angry, Mackenzie noticed he was the only waiter. He had 12 tables.
Oh, my
And he was
God.
doubling as the bartender. Stephen and Mackenzie both used to be servers, and now they own a restaurant called Barbecue This. So they knew how insane that is. And when their check finally came, they talked it over and decided to leave him a really good tip. Their bill was $67, so they left $100. That's a 150% tip. They also wrote a message, quote, "We've both been in your shoes, paying it forward." They posted a photo of the receipt on Facebook and asked people to think about the context of a situation before blaming someone. Couldn't we all do a better job at that?
That's pretty
I think
cool.
I could.
Sweet.
That's
That is
for
pretty
sure.
cool.
It's already gotten over 1.5 million likes. It turns out another waiter had called in sick at the last minute. I think that's a sweet story. I thought
like
I'd put
that.
that
Very
out
cool.
because it balances stories like this.
Aha!
Here we go.
Very
Little
balanced,
something,
Mike
something.
O'Mara.
There's a guy in California who's going to jail because he couldn't resist three things: stealing electronics, growing a sick mustache, and wearing very comfortable and expensive women's boots.
Well then.
45-year-old Sean Fialo of Boulder Creek, California.
Not Bruce Jenner?
Spent this summer stealing things from a Costco in Santa Cruz. He went 4 times and shoved speakers and laptops under his shirt and managed to get past security every time. Costco deals with a lot of theft, and they might not have linked these robberies together, except that Sean's appearance stood out. He had a thick, massive mustache encasing his entire mouth, and he always wore the same ladies' Ugg boots.
Oh, God.
The police decided to nickname him El Mustachio the Magician.
Clever.
They posted information. Yeah, aren't they bright?
Yeah.
They posted information about him on their blog earlier this month, and an anonymous person gave them Sean's name. He was just arrested for theft. Ugg boots, Napoleon. I wonder if he stole any quesadillas. There you go. We'll take a break, come back with Rob in the Audio Vault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey, I'm Tony Perkins.
Hey, I'm Gary Stein.
You know, we work very hard to bring you a brand new show every Monday.
Most shows do that. We work really hard to bring them a new show? What series brings old shows?
All right, point well taken. Listen to the Tony Perkins Show at TonyPerkinsShow.com.
It's the Tony Perkins Show.
That's pretty much the way it goes on that show. I like that show.
Love it.
Check it out. This segment of the Mike O'Mara Show brought to you by Derby Jackpot. Horse racing is the only legal way to gamble online in the United States. That is a pure fact. And DerbyJackpot.com is the way to do it. The horses are at the track. DerbyJackpot.com is the easiest way to bet on live horse races online and from your mobile phone. This is a great website and beautiful to look at.
Yes.
It's legal in 37 states, and it's totally safe. You bet on real horses, not animated, not man-made. It's not hinky. I've done it myself.
Yep.
I got on there. I did myself some betting. Now, I wasn't successful because I'm not a great horse player, but this is the way it is. I mean, you get the video, and it takes you right to the track,
Live
and
feed.
you watch the live feed of the race. It's fantastic, and you do it in the privacy of your own home at your own computer. Real races from all around the world start every 5 minutes. The action is nonstop. Bet as little as a dime or as much as 10 grand. Hey, whales, get
Yeah,
out there
whale.
and do that. Hey, incidentally, if you are a whale, use our name, and we'd certainly appreciate
help
it.
us out.
DerbyJackpot.com paid out over $5 million last year. One guy had a start bet of $1 and won $11,405. Sign up is free, and you can get easy tutorials at DerbyJackpot.com. Go to DerbyJackpot.com and enter the promo code TMOS on the second page, and you'll get $20 free with your first deposit. Remember, DerbyJackpot.com and enter TMOS in the second page to get your $20 with your first deposit and start betting today. Without further ado, let's open up the Audio Vault for Tuesday, September 30, 2014. Rob.
Big day in my house. It always is. Today is Robert's birthday. He's 12. And
Yay, Robert!
It's always a very
Happy
emotional
birthday,
one.
Happy
for me
birthday, Robert.
Because he's had himself quite a journey in his life, and I like to take just 25 seconds here and show you how far we've come. Robert's voiced promos on this show.
Yes.
Good reader, good voice,
Yes,
and everything.
very good reader.
Let's jump back. I don't know, just about 10 years, and hear
Okay.
his voice. Here's my little boy in 2005.
Hello?
What do you say?
Hello?
What's your name?
Robert?
Robert what?
Teacher?
What do you like?
I'm really all dog.
You like a hot dog? Did you have a nice Christmas?
Not man.
What did you get for Christmas?
A dog.
You did not get a hot dog for Christmas. Who came for Christmas?
Tita.
Santa. And what does he say?
Ho, ho, ho.
But anyway, happy
I
birthday,
love
Robert.
that. I love that. I
Happy
love that. I
birthday,
love
my
that.
boy. And my
Oh,
one
that's
advice,
great.
if you've got little kids right now, I know there's video all left and right. There's something special about making an audio tape of a kid talking. I think they're less.
I'm going to take that tip. I think
they're
absolutely.
less guarded and they're more themselves just talking. And I've got maybe an hour of him and Julia that I treasure. So
Oh,
happy
that's awesome.
birthday,
That's a
my
great
boy.
idea. That's good. People should do that.
I love
All the
you.
video out there, I think people should do that with some audio.
Mike, you've done it. I know I haven't. Oscar, I bet you've done it in growing up as a baby DJ. Man on the street interviews.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yes.
never know where they're going to go. And you know what? If you ask a really complicated question, it can go anywhere. But sometimes the simplest question can yield pay dirt. This
Very
is
good.
from Canada. All she asks, what's your name?
What's your name?
My name? Oh, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, you know, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? So is the church and state supposed to be separate? I'm confused because I never went to school, right? Is a confused person get a resolution? I don't understand. You see, when you go like that, right, you have a cross, 2 sticks, right? And that's how I felt when I was in Waterloo.
Now, this is no edit. This is him
Wow.
still answering, what's
Wow.
your
Because
name?
when
got
I
the
walked
weirdo.
in Waterloo and smiled at people, they treated me like a vampire. They used the cross, and they went like this by not smiling at me. In Toronto, hey, hi guys, you know me, Steve Spiros, easygoing.
Steve Spiros.
Those who know me, I'm a nobody. You understand? And you can't kill a person with no body. So why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out.
Exactly. And that makes
Thank
sense.
you. Steve Spiros. Thank you.
Lock up that guy.
That's
Steve
terrific.
Spiros.
Yeah, very good.
Headed back
All
to
right.
Waterloo.
Man, I think I saw a post of his on the fan page.
Yeah, he lives there.
That's right.
We talked yesterday about how I was disappointed in Saturday Night Live. Found this online yesterday. Here is one of the medium jokes from Saturday Night Live last Saturday.
It was revealed that Tyler Perry is expecting his first child with his girlfriend. Perry is reported to be very excited about being a grandmother.
Reasonably funny. But here's the
reasonably funny. It
thing.
made me laugh.
It would be really funny if on the same network the previous Thursday, Jimmy Fallon hadn't said this.
Tyler says he's excited to be a father. He's even more excited to be a grandmother. It's just very interesting.
Sometimes you wonder where the ideas come from. Just a thought.
Yeah, probably a coincidence. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but that sucks.
Do you ever, you know what, you never ever post something in anger on the internet and say, hey, I'm sure glad I did that. That was a great idea. Here are 3 Instagram posts from Snoop Dogg. He is not pleased with his Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike.
To some how the did we lose the lead with 40 seconds left, man? Steelers getting on my nerves. Weak offensive coordinator couldn't even get 10 yards, man. But what the is worse right now, being a Cowboy fan, a Raider fan, or a Steeler fan? I'm finna start watching soccer and tennis. This sorry, man. Mother flush y'all sorry season down at toward the Steelers. Suck. I can't take this man. I'm finna go swimming.
What I love is that when he flushed the toilet to indicate how bad they're doing, that means he actually stood up, took his phone to another room, and flushed the toilet. He was setting an example, Mike.
Way to go, Stu.
And we close with Mr. Letterman. Congratulations to George Clooney and his nuptials.
How about that George Clooney, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Over the weekend, married a lovely woman, Amal Alamuddin, in Venice, Italy. Guests included Brad Pitt was there, Matt Damon was there, Julia Roberts was there. What was this, a wedding or a heist? So they got married in Venice, so this now means the most eligible bachelor in Italy is the Pope.
That's your magic audio vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. And Robert, I love you to pieces.
Happy birthday, Robert. Hey, everybody, I want to remind you, it's CAT 2014, the Mike O'Mara Show live. We return to the Mandalay Ballroom at the Circus Hotel and Casino in scenic, beautiful Reno, Nevada. That's Saturday, November 15th. Tell your friends.
Yes.
We want to fill that room up. Here's the number to get your tickets, 800-648-5010. From Chico, from Stockton, from Sparks,
Yes.
from Reno, Nevada.
Absolutely.
We want you all to be there. Come on over the mountain and join us for a fabulous weekend.
Folsom.
What's that?
Folsom.
Folsom. Find out some Nevada addresses. We're going to throw those in there, too.
You got it.
Special TMOS room rates are available. Just click the link at Mike O'Mara Show's website. We'll see you at CAT 2014, the Mike O'Mara Show live. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go to our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.